Hey folks, and welcome back, and thank you for joining me again this week. So this week I've actually come to a brand new hotel. It's called the Horizon of Pattaya. It's just off size 7. I'll put a map up as I normally do, but I'm guessing most people know where size 7 is, and it's right directly behind Blackwoods. So the location is absolutely excellent, and at the moment they're doing a special sort of introductory price, which I think is about 20% less than normal. The hotel is still under construction, as you can hear, but I'm guessing that's just during the daytime. But other than that, the rooms are completely finished. I'm on the 7th floor, I've got a great sea view, and the swimming pool's up and running. So yeah, I booked in here for the night, so let me show you around and have a look at this one. So check-in, I arrived at 1:30 and there was no problem. The room is ready. This is like the reception and bar area. So there was no deposit on the room, and there was a nice gentleman that helped me up with my bags and showed me how everything worked in the room. So my room is just it. So let's have a quick look at the room before I give you a detailed tour. Right, let's have a look at this room. So you've got a few sort of light switches, your card for your electric, air conditioning, which is actually on a remote control, but there's a slot there for it. Then over this side we have a kettle, water boiler, and tea and coffee, a couple of waters, laundry bag, hairdryer, slippers, and we've got a little fridge that is actually on as well and quite nice and cold. And then we've got a full length mirror that actually slides. So this is yeah, so one half of it has to be open. And then obviously you've got your hanging space and somewhere for your suitcase. And then safety box, nice big safety box that unfortunately isn't fixed down, but you definitely get a laptop into that. And then a couple of drawers underneath. And then somewhere for your suitcase, and again another. So there's plenty of storage. And we've got a nice big television, TCL television, that must be 60 inches. So I'll have a look at that later on, see what channels we can find. And I say, many more. They've actually got 6 drawers along here. They all open. Yes, they do. Yeah, so you've got, and obviously sockets as well. So there's lots of sort of counter space, it's nice. Nice big leather chair that looks very comfortable. And then outside, I'm actually on the 7th floor, so I've got a nice sea view. And oh, they open nicely, those doors. A couple of chairs, you can clearly smoke out here as well. So you've got an ashtray and a couple of chairs. As I say, I'm on the 7th floor. So that's the sea view. So I'm guessing if you can not look at the first part of the building underneath and just look at the sea view, it's actually a nice view. How noisy it will be, because that's obviously size 7 there. So if it'll be noisy tonight, I don't know. We will see. But that looks quite nice, good quality double glazing, so it should be all right, I think. And bedside units. Again, more drawer. There's lots of drawer space in here. And then we've got a bed, 6-foot bed. It looks to me like it's one piece. And another bedside unit. Right, let's have a look at the bed. So yeah, sort of a one piece. Oh, it's nice and soft, and they're actually really nice sheets, them as well. They're really good quality sheets, you can see they are. 4 pillows. nice fluffy, not too soft pillows, medium pillows I would say. And yeah, one piece mattress, and that is probably a medium to soft mattress. I think that's going to be quite nice tonight. So if I do a long shot of the room from here, so it's a nice sized room, and obviously nice and new and untouched, and the air conditioning is just there. So the air conditioning is actually running down the room, not actually on the bed, which is nice as well. All right, let's try the blackout test. Yeah, they're definitely good quality blackout curtains, them, even without turning the lights off. I can see they're pretty good. So there we go, there's a light on at the wardrobe, which I'm not really sure how you turn off, but I will endeavour to find that out. But yeah, it's super dark in there. You could easily sleep during the daytime, and it's nice and quiet. There's no noise whatsoever. Right, let's go and have a look at the ensuite. It's an ensuite with a window as well and a privacy blind. So yeah, let's have a look at the ensuite. So as you come in, we have cotton bud shower cap, shaving kit, toothbrushes, sanitary bag, body lotion, and there's a waterproof socket, or rather a socket with a waterproof cover on, and then a swivel mirror. So that's quite nice. Yeah, so for sort of the ladies with their straighteners, it's perfect in here. And then we've got toilet, quite a large toilet, hose, paper as normal. And then, as you expect, lovely nice new white towels. And then the shower, quite a large shower actually. And then shampoo, shower gel and conditioner. Two-piece shower, and it's nice and high as well. The rainfall is nice and high. Right, so let's give it a go. Yeah, so that's a very nice powerful jet coming out of that one. And that's your rainfall. Right, and then you have the privacy blind that you can pull up, so you can have your sea view while you're on the loo. There we are. Right, so all in all, quite a nice room, I think. So let's go and have a look at the rest of the hotel. So this is the breakfast room, very nearly ready for breakfast. As you can see, lots of comfortable seats, all air conditioned. There's a big table out the front, so you could sit outside as well if you wanted to. And I'm guessing this is where the breakfast buffet will be. So it's on the ground floor, just by the bar. This is the parking in the basement, so there must be spaces for 10 or 15 cars, and you've got a lift up to reception, or up to all floors. So my final thoughts on the Horizon of Pattaya. Well, obviously this is a brand new hotel, and it's I think it's a really nice hotel. Location is brilliant, just off Soi 7. You could hear a little bit of bar noise last night, but it wasn't too bad. I think it's quite good quality double glazing. Yeah, and it didn't really affect me too much. Bed is super comfortable, nice big 6-foot bed. Slept really well. Yeah, it's one of the nicer beds with a nice. It's a sort of mattress with a nice big sort of mattress topper on it. So check-in arrived about 1:30 and there was no problem. Got straight in the room, no deposit at all, which is always good. On the 7th floor, so technically the penthouse with a sea view, which is quite nice as well. Wi-Fi, I put the Wi-Fi speeds up. Yeah, I think Wi-Fi worked okay. There's a sort of swimming pool on the roof. Apparently there will be a gym when it's completed, but that's not actually open at the moment. And there wasn't breakfast either. Which is a shame, so couldn't really show you the breakfast. But I think the dining room on the ground floor, so that's where breakfast will be. So television, nice big television, 60-inch smart TV, so you could get sort of your YouTube and your Netflix, and there's various sort of terrestrial channels you could watch as well. So yeah, all in all, I think it's a really nice room, and I think at the price point I got it for, I know they're running a special promotion at the moment, which is about 20% off. So I think if it stays at that kind of price, I think it's a pretty good hotel and it's going to be very popular. So there is parking on the ground floor, only probably 10 or 12 spaces, but the lift goes from the ground floor or basement all the way up, and they're actually building an access lift to get to the swimming pool, so it's a full mobility access or easy access hotel. The light that I couldn't turn off is actually a sensor light, so when you get up in the night to use the bathroom, it just comes on, which actually is quite convenient. So yeah, I did actually manage to turn it off in the end. So yeah, staff was super friendly, and sort of the man helped me up to the room with my bag and showed me how everything worked. And I'd say for rooms where people are looking for storage to unpack, there's lots of definitely drawers and places to unpack in this room. So yeah, you could definitely stay here for couple of weeks and unpack properly, no problem at all. Air conditioning was super quiet, and so it doesn't blow on the bed, which is quite nice. Yeah, so all in all, I think it's a really nice hotel, this, and it's I think when it's fully open, it's going to be really popular. So what did I pay for this? Well, I paid 1,179 baht, so room only, which I think is pretty good for a hotel, a brand new hotel in this location. So yeah, let me know if you're going to stay here, or if it's one that you might try. And I'll say thanks very much for watching, and bye for now.